What's my mother name?
What's up guys, Kdub175 back with another Pokemon Duel video, and this is Fodder's Pokemon Duel Creators Tournament. I am going up against H20 Queen, and if you guys have not seen who she is, she streams Pokemon Duel basically via Omelette Arcade, and she does save the videos so you guys can go back and rewatch them. I'm fairly new to the channel, but I've watched some of her videos and seen a couple of her streams. She's a very classy lady, and you guys should definitely go check her out. I'll link the description down below. She takes part in Gym, League, and now she's participating in the tournament here that Fodder has hosted. So you guys might like her. Go check her out. The link is down below. And if you guys like what you see, leave a like and subscribe. And finally, we're getting into the next round. It has been several weeks, but we are going up against H20 Queen. This is a new deck that I constructed because I've watched several of her tournament rounds, and she's been running the same exact deck. And she is running the same deck. It's a Phantom Energy style deck with Lunala, Sableye, Mimikyu, the Oricorio, Sensu style Stuffle, and she even has the Coughing to try to poison some Pokemon. So I had a feeling she was going to be running this deck, so I basically built this deck to hard counter hers. We have the Pangoro. I'm going defensive with the Pancham because I do want to pick the matchups, but Pangoro has the Mold Breaker, so it's a pretty good matchup for Lunala, but she put everything into Psychic. So Poliwhirl's going to be a really good matchup, and she sees that, and she immediately retreats. So we're going to bring Sableye up defensively. She's going to jump out with Sableye, and Poliwhirl's a pretty good matchup for Sableye as well. Sableye has to land a miss to be able to land the gold. So I'm going to try to jump over my Kyurem here with the Sableye, but she's not going to allow it, and this is definitely a misplay on my part, because if we do get poisoned, even though I have the Never Melt Ice Plate, we're not going to be able to beat the Lunala. So that's kind of why I'm running the Kyurem with the Never Melt Ice Plate. It's kind of my counter to the Lunala. I thought about going Yveltal, and as you can see, Pangoro does not lose any damage. We are sent to the bench, but she's sent to the PC, so I'm totally good with that. We're going to continue to press forward. Pangoro is going to be a good matchup for her Mimikyu, for her Lunala, potentially even the Sableye, because she did expand the gold, and so did I. So I don't want my Kyurem to get poisoned, so that was definitely a misplay. I should have matched up my Cacnea with the Coughing. So I feel like we're in a pretty good position here, and we're not going to get poisoned just yet. I'm going to move over with the Pancham because I do kind of want to go after that Sableye, and I want to have a surround set up if she decides she wants to bypass me. Now she moves up to Lunala, so I'm definitely going to go Never Melt Ice Plate in case she tries to come and attack me. She's going to back up. So I consider going after that Mimikyu, but I'm like, you know what? Let's go after the Sableye. And she hits the smallest wheel slice, attack slice on her wheel, the Will-O-Wisp, so that's unfortunate. We're confused. As long as we don't land our Hypnosis, we should be good. X-Speed is going off. We land the White, and again, she lands the Will-O-Wisp, the smallest attack slice on her wheel. That was very, very unfortunate. So now we're not going to be able to out-damage that Lunala, unfortunately. So I do scoop up with the Sableye. I could have potentially did something else with that. I should have maybe left Sableye on the entry point, but it made her Lunala retreat. We were able to knock out the Coughing, and now she's going to match up with her Sableye. I'm going to retake the entry point. So we used the plate. We cleared up any potential threats, and we have her pressed on the back line. So it worked out pretty well. But now she's going to come for us again with the X attack. She didn't need it, but she misses anyway. She would have been able to beat us no matter what because we are burned. And I'm going to go after this Mimikyu, and of course the internet starts to mess up. So I have to risk it and just go with our cell service, and we are able to remove that disguise marker. So, yeah, I'm in a pretty good position. She has Phantom Energy, so we know we do have a status condition on our Sableye. I'm going to try to get that Sableye to spin into a miss, and we are able to put it to sleep. So, she has to retreat with the Mimikyu or risk getting surrounded. I surround her Sableye. Now, I could have potentially left that there, but she had the max revive anyway, so she was able to bring the Lunala out regardless, but she doesn't bring it out in the same turn. she ends turn. So I'm not sure. I've seen her do this a few times. So I'm not sure if she knows she can bring it off the bench into the field in the same turn as using the max revive, or it's just a strategy she's using. But yeah. So now she comes out, we get the double chance, and we get the gold into purple. So I was definitely happy with that. So both her ghost type are in the PC. She's already used the max revive. We're going to spin Hypnosis into a miss and get cursed. So that's definitely going to make me a little weary of attacking that Mimikyu because I don't want to get banished. And she still has the long throw. Okay, Pangoro is going to be a really good matchup for that Stuffle. I'm not too concerned. So I do want to try to get rid of this Mimikyu. Glaciate's going to go off. All three of them spin white, so they all get a -1 MP marker. Now, the thing to note here is the Relax marker replaces the Disguise marker. So, you know, Mimikyu you may think has 2 lives, but if it gets another marker to replace the Disguise marker, it will get knocked out first turn, or, you know, first knockout. So I do need to get rid of that Mimikyu. Sableye is going to be coming back out. It's going to be able to come onto the field through my Sableye, so I'm trying to set up some surrounds, you know, just in case. But it's a tough situation. It's a tough situation. And, you know, we're going to get the favorable roll. She's not going to respin. I would have potentially went for that Wave Arms to try to send Pangoro back to the bench. Could have freed up an entry point, at least for a minute, and we would have had to put our Poliwhirl, and that would have been another status affected Pokemon with a status condition. So she would have been able to bring her other ghost types out. So we need to try to knock out this Sableye. Not going to happen. So we have 2 Pokemon that are cursed right now. So I have to go with my Kyurem. She's going to hop over. Now we are going to take advantage of this max revive. And I'm like, what is going on? Like, we had her completely pinned down. It's like we cannot just get that final roll. Now she does land a miss. 2 misses she's landed, and both of them, you know, weren't really in clutch situations because she's going to be able to bring the Lunala right back out and attack. And she's going to land the burn. I don't know. You know, we're most likely going to get knocked out. I'm kind of hoping for the Moongeist Beam so we don't get banished. And she's going to land the Psychic. We're going to get banished. She gets frozen. So I'm going to take this opportunity to retake the entry point, attack this Lunala. Hopefully we knock it out. We confuse it. Okay, well, that's better than nothing. At least it's not going to be able to half our damage. Confuse Lunala. I really need to try to get rid of this Mimikyu here, or I could have went in for the attack with the Sableye on the Oricorio. But, you know, like, we don't have a status of a status condition on either of the Pokemon on her entry points. So, she's going to Moongeist Beam our Pangoro, and that is super unfortunate. I was kind of hoping she would choose the Poliwhirl, but she's smart, you know, because we're cursed. So the Moongeist Beam would have been perfect for our Poliwhirl, would have been able to send us to the PC, and now she's confused. I got X-Speed into a level 10 chain, level 10 Cacnea, and of course, she lands the Moongeist Beam and shifts into the Psychic, and we're not able to even respin twice. Very unfortunate. We should have definitely had that spin. Then she lands the Moongeist Beam again, which was actually kind of fortunate for us, but Pancham's not able to respin even once. That would have been enough to win, and we get beat on an insane comeback by H20 Queen. That was insane. So, yeah, it was pretty unfortunate. I feel like we should have definitely had that match, but we just couldn't get any more rolls. Like, we had her pinned down, and she was just able to really get everything she needed. So, GG to her. We're going to go into the next matchup, see if we're going to be able to answer back with a win to stay in this tournament. So she's going to be coming out with the Coughing. I am going to learn from my past mistake and match up with the Cacnea since it has a spinner. The Poison may not come into effect too much, because either Cacnea is going to get knocked out or Cacnea is going to pop off like crazy. We're able to go neutral there, so I'm pretty good with that. Definitely like to see a neutral move there, because if we can knock out that Coughing without getting poisoned, I'm going to be really happy. So, you know, Sableye against Sableye, she's going to go in for the attack again with the Coughing. Another neutral turn. Like, Cacnea just didn't really come to do damage, it seems. Then we are going to get a nice little spin. Five spins, so we're going to get 99 because of her Sableye. We're going to move up with Pangoro. It's going to be able to take on that Lunala. Granted, it, you know, Lunala doesn't land Moongeist Beam. Seems like every time we needed her to land the Psychic, she's landing purple. Whenever we need her to land the Psychic, she's landing purple. It's just, yep, there we go. Moongeist Beam. I thought, it was going to be a really good opportunity to get rid of that Lunala early, and she lands the Moongeist Beam. So, pretty unfortunate. I'm going to max revive the Pangoro, send it after the Stuffle. Now, I really don't want to put that Never Melt Ice Plate on my Kyurem and have that Stuffle send it back to the bench, and then we lose the plate. I do kind of want to save Kyurem and that Never Melt Ice Plate for the Lunala, but we also have Poliwhirl. I'm going to move up, try to get rid of this Oricorio, and, of course it lands Roost. So, I guess it's better than getting cursed. She's going to try to poison us, lands a miss, so, again, pretty unfortunate roll for her, but not really in any situation that matters. Not able to spin, so I'm just gonna move up with Sableye, try to get some pressure down. Now's gonna be the opportunity where I want to X-speed this Poliwhirl, because if she does land purple, I want to be able to knock it out. Well, she does land Psychic, so a wasted plate, but we get the KO nonetheless, so I'm pretty happy about that. So we're in an okay position here. So she's going to max revive, and again, not bring out the Lunala, just leave it down on the bench. So, she has long throw, so I definitely have to back up off of that entry point. She's going to bring out the Stuffle. We're going to have no problem knocking Stuffle out. We are going to get sent back to the bench, which, could actually be pretty good for us if we do get cursed or something from Mimikyu or from the Oricorio. So I'm going to go after the Sableye, potentially a misplay, because of course she doesn't land the gold there to where we can knock it out or put her to sleep, and now we're going to give her the perfect opportunity to go after our Pancham, and we could potentially lose outright. So risky attack on my part, but Pancham bails us out. She's going to respin, confuses our Pancham. That's not going to be too great for us, unfortunately. So yeah, kind of a misplay on my part. I'm like, the Sableye's got a huge gold. It's a pretty good chance that Sableye lands it. So again, I'm, putting that Kyurem next to the Coughing. Not too happy about that, but her Lunala is next to her Coughing, so we could potentially poison that Lunala as well. And we're going to land the Glaciate and make every single Pokemon 1 MP. So, you know what? I'm going to go after this Mimikyu because we can knock it out first chance we get, but unfortunately we're going to just land a status condition on the Mimikyu, and she doesn't have any scoop ups or any max revives to surround us, so I'm going to go in for the attack again. I can't land gold again, so getting a little bit frustrated here. Boom. We get the knockout. See, Mimikyu, first time we were able to land a winning roll to knock it out, and it gets sent to the PC. So I'm like, I'm definitely going to double chance here. If we can get rid of this Oricorio, we can potentially win. We land gold, first spin, and now her only option is to come out with the Stuffle with an X speed. And there's a pretty good chance that the X speed, it ends up on the other slice that she doesn't need. But she gets it on the 40. And all we needed to do was land a gold there, but we would have still been sent back to the bench, and it's like, oh my god. It's like she just gets the clutch rolls when she needs it, We are going to poison her Lunala with her own Coughing, so I'm pretty good with that. And I'm going to move around this way. It doesn't really matter if I take the entry point because the Sableye is going to be able to come out regardless, so I don't really want her moving up into that corner spot. And I'm going to move back with Pangoro. We still have the scoop up, and I do want to backtrack with Poliwhirl. I kind of want Poliwhirl defending my goal against the Sableye and against the Lunala. And our Pangoro is going to be confused. It may not be the worst thing, though, because if we land the huge white attack that we have, the Hammer Arm, it's going to shift into the Ice Punch. So we are going to be able to freeze Pokemon. So that's another reason why I chose Kyurem over the Yveltal, because I really thought, with the chance of icing with Pangoro and Kyurem, it had a decent amount of synergy with power. But Yveltal may have been a better choice because of the Dark Mist to give to my dark types, and also stopping her ghost types. Now, I definitely get punished there. I set her up to surround either my Kyurem or my Pangoro, and I decided to keep the Pangoro because it does have the Mold Breaker and the potential, I don't know, to ice. Kyurem could ice as well. I mean, either way, it was just like I was going to lose a Pokemon, so I don't know. I chose to keep the Pangoro and make her backtrack a little bit. So I'm going to move forward with Cacnea, clear up the entry point so I'm able to bring another Pokemon out. Now here, I also make a misplay. I didn't really anticipate her coming after my Pancham, and it's really unfortunate. She does get the spin to knock me out. Very annoying. So there, if I would have, moved next to my Poliwhirl before I moved it, I would have been able to put the Sableye back onto the goal, and we wouldn't be in a position where we have to attack. So I'm like, if I land gold into purple, I win. If she lands gold, we can, shift it into a miss and knock it out. But she hasn't been landing gold, so I went for the attack with Sableye, and it didn't pay off. We should have went with the Poliwhirl, but chances are she would have rolled a purple or something like that. Anyway, so GG to H20 Queen. I believe she's won every single match up to this point. So definitely don't forget to check the link down below to her channel. Congratulations to H20 Queen. Subscribe if you're new to this channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss my next video. Follow me on Twitter and definitely leave a like on this video if you guys enjoyed. And until the next one, later guys.